Okay, everybody's ready? We are now 22nd regular session of the 20th City Council is now called to order. Please rise. Invocation by Honorable Councilor, wala pa mas Councilor J. Pascual? Nana siya, wala pa. So, Councilor Agasuan will lead the invocation, then singing of the Lupang Hinirang, followed by the Cagayan de Oro March.
Let us be aware of the holy presence of God. May I request everyone to please stand. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we trust in you, we believe in you, and when two or three gather in your name, you are in our midst. Lord, the daughter of calm is joy. We have calm in your presence, Lord, and you are here at the center of our council. May you guide us, your wisdom. We need your wisdom and your strength so that we may be able to arrive at the best possible solutions for the people of Cagayan de Oro. This we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call.
Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the 1st District Councilors, Honorable Agapito Heriberto Giswan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Aimee Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George is Goking, Honorable Jose Pepe S. Abu Jr., Honorable Malvern A. Esparcia. For the 2nd District Councilors, Honorable Ivona Yaseni B. Imano, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Joylen Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Achas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam S. Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael El Seno, City SK Federation President. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Before we proceed, let us greet each and everyone a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to our guests, our friends from media, our viewing public, Cagayannons, Happy New Year. Councilors, Happy New Year. Our staff, Happy New Year. Mr. Secretary, Happy New Year.
New Year, Madam Chair.
Okay, so let us start the new year with a bang. Magina say New Year with a bang. Somehow, for the next session, may I require that everybody wear their barong kay magkuha man tag video for the new Lupang Hinirang nga atong what you call this, the video. So everybody should wear their barongs, no? And dili karon ka wala pa man si Suset. Suset is still coming pa. So hopefully next Monday, okay? And next Monday also, let us say goodbye to our neighbors. Huh? Let's say goodbye. I will rearrange the our sitting arrangement. I miss the people at the back. Michael Seno, Councilor Cabanlas, Councilor Romeo Calizo, and Councilor Alam Lim. Where have you been? Sila ang ato ipaatubang. And I will do the rest, no, sa atong arrangement. So, ato rearrange so that every 3 months, ato rearrange so that you will be friends to everybody, close to everybody. Okay? Okay? Okay. So, Councilor, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya, you have the floor. Welcome home. And thank you.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Since Councilor Evie is very noisy, I would like to express, on behalf of the entire membership, thank you to Councilor Evie for
Thank you pala.
the cookies.
Thank you for the cookies, Ibi. Councilor Ibi, a little treat to start 2023 with a
Lagi.
smile. Smile mo. Okay.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you also for the Christmas gift from the Vice Mayor.
Thank you. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. And from our colleagues
Yes.
who have extended their bountiful
Thank you.
graces.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Madam Presiding Officer, may I move to dispense with the reading of the minutes of meeting on December 5, 2022 for the regular session and the special session on December 28, 2022.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
I likewise move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
By the way, Madam Presiding Officer, I'm already using the technology.
So you have your own technology.
I
who
don't know
among
with other members.
who among here is using their technology na? Ha?
Sa mga batanon, sa mga batanon.
Ala ka, hard copy pa ako. Dili day ko mapalitan ani. Ha? So who are not using their hard copy? Oh, napamangya po kayo kauban. Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, Councilor Roger Abaday, Councilor George Goking. Meaning, dili na mo palitan og laptop.
Actually, this is not laptop, Madam Presiding
What is
Officer.
that? Di gay ko kay what is laptop and iPhone?
Just cell phone.
Regular phone.
It is short of saying that, what's ito yung nasabutan? It's the Vice Mayor who will provide? iPad?
Kung sa man po ng iPad? Smaller.
Ah?
Smaller. Na. Oo. Pila na?
Wala lagi, pangutan na. Pila daw, pila. Kumbaga.
Pila ba? Ba't kay balo? Dating is impossible. Libre.
70.
Ato na ko. Ha? 7-0 uli na ko. Ha? Anyway, sige, pakitaan na ito paagi.
It can
Para
be done.
makatoon po ko.
Okay, that's good. And we would like to put that on record.
Kindly put that in record. We will find a way, okay? Where we will get the funds.
Include the
Okay.
Secretary and his assistant.
Of course.
Thank you,
Mahal-mahal
Madam
mo di eh.
Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you.
Ambush na ambush. Anyway, we have two members of the council who would like to render their respective special reports, Madam Presiding Officer. First is Councilor Roger Abaday as regards the concerns of the people in the hinterland barangays, particularly Barangay Lumbia, who have been suffering for quite a time their plight during season of and so many blue flies. I searched langaw blue flies daw kay tungod kay color blue, but generally they are fly covering the area.
Okay.
And the second reporter is Councilor Ed Cabanlas on his proposal to move City Hall to a place suitable for service in
Samanta.
Cagayan de Oro. He will render a special report.
Wala yung kibaluan eh.
Now you know. Thank you, Madam President.
Tell me in advance. Okay? Okay, thank you. So, our first speaker is Councilor Roger Abaday. You are recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, the colleagues in the 20th City Council, all people who are watching us online, and our friends, may hapon sa tanan. Happy New Year, Happy Three Kings, o
Happy
ato
Fiesta
na lang
Day
yun,
of
sa Fiesta Day
Nazarene.
of Saint
No.
San
Jesus of
Nazareno, no?
Nazarene, yeah.
Just this morning, there was a procession and mass. So, happy fiesta. Now, actually, this is already a leftover issue, but because of we have no session, I was not able to brought out this complaint. Perhaps some of you received some in your messages in your phone, in the messenger and Facebook. This was already published. So I received verbal and through message, through my phone with regards to this festering or migration of we call that blue flies, lagong ba o mga langaw. Particularly in Lumbia, Kabula, and subdivisions in Lumbia. Subdivisions in Lumbia, Bayanga, Dansolihon, and Tagpangi. And some areas in the Hague. So, these are 2 weeks ago, I received this complaint, Madam Chair and my colleague. Now, based on my initial investigation, usually, kaning mga blue flies, ang cost yun, nganong na sila ga tapog, ga pistering, tungod ni sa, because of the, kaning smell, sa foul smell, kining mga feces, bowels, carcasses, decomposed, of man, on animals, no? And, so, mga trusses, atong mga garbage, so naana sila. Muna ilang favorite nga ko, ano. But, ang problema kay nangabot na sila sa mga balay, tigbalay sa atong mga kaigsuna, no. In fact, I was told that di na sila makakaon diya silang dining room, ilang kitchen kay daghan na kayong langaw. They spent using kini mga screens. Some they bought spray insect killer. No? But the problem is when it's dried up, so mahimong naana diya matapok ang mga patay nga mga kuan no. So problema nila sa kana nga mga residents no. So nangita sa kog mga kuan no, tana ko na may atong doktor din eh. So this is also one cause or effect of potential spread of germs kay kaning langaw kung sa ilang makaon mailasan ang madala no mutug doon sa mga pagkaon. So that will cause any forms of diseases, especially infection sa atong intestine, o that will cause diarrhea or other diseases. So, Madam Chair, in order to address this problem, may I move that a joint committee will inspect this barangay to find out the veracity of the presence of this blue flies, no? The committee, inviting the Committee of Health Sanitation, and will, headed by Councilor Doc Malu Gani, and my committee, Madam Chair, to find out how really true or these blue flies are really existing. No? But when you go to the somewhere ka mula magkaon ka diya ng mga grindig, nagid mga langaw, nagid mga musagol sa imong pagkaon. So, atong purpose na ni is to find out asa ni gikan, asa ni nganong naman ni daghan kay migration sa mga blue flies kani mga lagong o langaw. So that we will also look for any measures to stop, eradicate, or if not to lessen the situation. Manaman ta na to ng inspection sa baho, la pa na mahuman, la pa na to ma-addreso. Kanina sab ang tubangon karon sa duha ka committee, Mr. Chair, and we will recommend it in a proper time after our inspection and investigation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor. But is there what you call poultry? Napoy poultry diha?
There are places of
Naasay
poultry.
babuyan.
Naasay mga...
So we will go into details, no?
Well, that's why we have
Asa
to...
ginigikan.
We have to identify
Yes.
where is this ano nanaman tayo sightings, but
Okay.
we do not also just conclude without being
Okay.
proper
So are you going to do the ocular?
yes
with
we
them?
will schedule
Okay. So
anytime
we-
this week.
Okay, let's refer to the Committee on Health and Environment. Okay, thank you, Councilor Roger Abaday. Any question? Any comments? None? So proceed. Let's proceed to the next speaker, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Happy
Good
New Year.
afternoon. Members of the City Council, murag mga gwapo-gwapo yun. Kanang kinang usab karon. Of course,
Nanambok.
beautiful girlie. With this
Beautiful
magenta
kaya yan ko, and red.
red, the color of the year. Members of the media who are with us and the guests we have with us and the general public of Cagayan de Oro, good afternoon. Madam Chair, this report was made before by me when I was a second termer councilor of Cagayan de Oro. And it was just a dream. But I think we have to pursue the dream because we are always thinking about the comfort and interest of our people. We have seen the City Hall of Tagum City. We have seen the City Hall of even the municipalities, the municipal halls, mga Balay, Maramag, Malitbog. Yeah, Malitbog. El Salvador.
Yeah.
And we have seen the beauty and the comfort and the usability, the utility of the effect of having a good city hall or municipal hall. So, this time, I think our city is suffering some kind of discomfort and less mobility. And of course, it will affect the economic movement and the movement of our people. Ang kagana sa pagbayad sa buhis, ang kagana sa pagtuman sa mga balaod, could be one of the reason why nga doon na kita gamay nga problema is because we have a city hall where the offices are all scattered. When you apply for a business permit and you need the certification from the city health, you have to go to the city health. The fire department, you have to go to the fire. If you want to go, if there is a need for you to go to the city engineer's office, you have to go to the city engineer's office. So we are everywhere. This public service is everywhere. This is not the present modern concept now of city hall. If we have seen the provincial hall of Tagum, Davao del Norte, they have a government center where everything there is inside a specific space. Cagayan de Oro City is one of the fastest growing city in the Philippines. In fact, people admire us because of the speed of growth that we are experiencing. I think we have to move in tandem with the mobility of our economic growth. And we need a presentable city hall that is there will be convenience on our taxpayers, on our people, on our visitors. A city hall where we can be proud of to present to the world that this is the city hall of Cagayan de Oro. The city hall that everybody will be happy to see and will inspire the young, even the old. Now, I am thinking of a city hall, Madam Chair, that will have everything. A one-stop shop where if I will be transacting inside City Hall, I will not be parking in Kugun Market and then walk down here. Today, if we are paying, if we have transaction in our City Hall, you cannot even park. I mean, it's very inconvenient. You have to park even in Divisoria, but you cannot even park in Divisoria. So you have to walk. So, I think it is time now for us to study what we can do to look for another place big enough and to construct our own city hall. When this city hall was constructed, somewhere in the early part of the 1900s, during the Spanish times, the concept here is that if there is a church, a big church, then the barangay or municipal hall is in front of that big church. That is not anymore the present and modern concept of public service. City hall must be big enough and independent, and that would serve all the people, from the poor to the rich. City hall where the PWDs can conveniently transact. City hall where there will be elevators, escalators, vocalitors, and everything. City hall where all the offices in the city government, in one sheltered area. That is our dream, Madam Presiding Officer. So, I move, because I think this is the clamor now of the majority members of the City Council. I move that City Council will refer this matter to 4 committees. The Committee on the Ways and Means, the committees of Councilor Majority Floor Leader Ian Nakaya, the Development and Planning, the Infrastructure. I hope that Councilor Sino can still participate in doon na naman yung elections niya. Sakong dumagani. And then, in my committee, which is the Committee on Land Use and Subdivision, and authorizing also the mayor to come up with a plan to submit to the city council for approval. Ah, kaya wala man tayo we don't have the manpower and the technical capacity to look into this issue. So therefore, the mayor, the executive department through the mayor will submit to us the plans and programs for the city hall, and how it would be acquired, and how it would be constructed, and how it would be financed. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, Councilor Michael Seno.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy Fiesta.
Happy Fiesta.
Of course, to the members of the 28th City Council, Happy New Year to everybody. Ngayong hapon ka natong tanan, friends ko na media, fellow Cagayanons. The special report of Attorney Edgar Cabanlas was very good, Madam Presiding Officer. Kung sa Binisaya pa, sila pa din magbayad sa buluhisan daw, sila pa gid mapurisius pag-parking. Sa atong mga yanong kaigsuunan, mo'y atong sarang gakadunggan. And it is the right time, no, nga makapangita pod kay naapay areas nga pwede kabalhinan ang atong syudad. Kay sa atong nasabtan, medyo apiki na gyud karon sa giingon pa sa special report, katag-katag. One is to create a government hub. That's a very good programs, and hopefully sa amuan ng mga batch sa youth maka transact sila sa gobyerno kung na sila negosyo, Madam Presiding Officer, nga dili na kayo hassle sa pagbalin-balhin from one place to another. Mahal na ra bang krudo? Taas na. And I'd just like to add, siguro, no, the resolution from that the good reporter wanted to, nga ang kining property nato karon nga gigamit, provided nga di nato ibaligya. Dili ibaligya. Kung dili gamiton gyapon, pabilin gyapon sa city government, but pwede gamiton sa other purpose. No? Kay ito. Yeah. Pwede gamiton, for city college. Provided lang, Madam Presiding Officer, nga kung mubalhin ta ang City Hall, dili ibaligya. It will still remains kay ang historical value kanang sa mayor's office. And then siguro kaning sa legislative building, of course, maghandom punta nga kung pag-transfer nato sa government hub, napoy kaugalingon nga legislative building which is duol po sa City Hall. No, kay basig kita rin mabilin na di, Madam Presiding Officer.
Ato na tanan.
Ato. So, naapon lugar dito dool, pero this is for legislative building.
Yes.
No, and gwapo kayo ang taon nga we are an highly urbanized cities nga napoy ikapresentar lagi nga muni ang atong syudad. So that's my only prayer, Madam Presiding Officer. I hope the proponent would consider also that mabutang gyud nga we will not sell the properties nga gitindugan karon sa City Hall, Madam Presiding. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
and-
Councilor Michael Seno. Any more comment? Actually, I was so concerned with PWDs, no? Wala, di gud sila kasaka. In fact, we are still repairing the elevator. If they have to go to my office, my staff has to go down, interview home. So we are depriving them of the comfort unta, no, being a PWD, mas komportable unta sila that they can go anywhere, no. Pero unsaon taman, of course atong building is already old and wala pa gid nato na upgrade siguro, especially with our PWD, so it's about time sad siguro, no. So any comment, Councilor Romeo Calizo, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to everybody. I fully agree with the the observation of our good reporter this afternoon, Madam Chair. But I'm not sure if it is a safe assumption that things like this should already be included in the medium and long-term plans of the city government, especially the executive. Because this is already a very obvious observation. While we want to impose order in our city hall itself is a semblance of a seeming disorder. I don't know if, because I've not yet attended a meeting of the committee under our majority floor leader, Committee on Development, as regards this. So with this, Madam Chair, I suggest that we communicate with the executive
Yes.
because this might be already a plan on the land use as we have been discussing during our ELA seminar, Madam Chair. So that first we can probably take a picture on what is the situation at hand, and if there's any, the executive might have already have initiated either a medium-term or a long-range development plan. Because indeed, if you compare, I agree with the observation of our good reporter, that if you compare Cagayan de Oro with other cities, in fact, other municipalities within Mindanao, murag na ulay na gyud ta sa Patsadahay o City Hall. And really, it affects service. So that's just my simple suggestion, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Romeo Calizo. For sure, the mayor is also have plans, no? So we have the legislative have to discuss with the mayor. Kay balo ko sa uban niya nga plano, but then transferring that will be discussed between the executive and the members. Yes, Councilor Roger Abaday.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. I remember that in my first or second term as a city councilor, dito pa sa old building pa nga itong join pa sa executive and legislative, there was a plan by the previous administration to sell the area, because it's now becoming irrelevant tungod sa unang problema sa mga taxpayers of traffic. But there was strong opposition, so it was not pushed through. So the opposition's reason, they opposed because of the historic value of this place. But considering that our area now is already overtaken by time, wala na. Bisang gani, pag-parking nato dyan, di na tayo makapark. Maulay ka, sakto tong sulti sa reporter, dito na ka sa Divisoria or kugon ka na mag-parking. Di ka muna nga nanay mga parking, mga P-parkings karon, no? So, because of the major areas sa atong city hall, no? So, I strongly support the to transfer to a proper place. The issue is convenience and comfort. Not only for us, but for the people to be served by us. So, sa tagang complaint, no? Mo parking lang diyan na mo bisita sa tumay, ganiya lang, na traffic na, pila lang ka ako, ano? So, there is a necessity to relocate us in a place that's also conducive for public. But again, I also support that this place, this area, will remain to be a city, and this can be used in that can be convenient also for the city. Magamit ni, but it still remain as the property of the city. That's my concern, Madam Chair and my colleague. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Councilor George Goking.
Daghang salamat, Honorable Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez and all my colleagues in 28 City Council and my friends in media and may hapon fellow Cagayanons. I would strongly support the idea of Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas that we will be moving out from the old City Hall to a newer place. It could be a government hub, but not necessarily selling the property or increasing taxes, but to avail of our resources. We have resources where we can have partners, or our credit line is very good according to the Bureau of Local Government Finance, as long as it is in the term of investment. Kay self-liquidating man na siya, Honorable Vice Mayor, kay lisod man kay na we will not even raise taxes. We have available resources that we can tap. In due time, I'd like to propose to the proponent, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, the process of resources without even raising taxes or selling our government properties. Thank you,
Thank you.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilor George. Yeah, actually, we still are recovering. So let us maintain first to help the economy, boost the economy, help the businessman, help the business sectors. By that, siguro, nothing is impossible, no? If we dream of having a new place, then why not? Pero for now, let us just be very, very sensitive on the needs of our businessman. So, Councilor Attorney James Judith, you recognize?
Sa atong tinahod nga Vice Mayor, Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, sa akong counterpart sa Mayorya, sa atong mga bisita nga naadya pod sa likod nga bahin sa atong gallery dinhi sa Session Hall, sa atong pinanggang katawhan sa Dakbayan, sa Cagayan de Oro, sa inyong tanan maupay. Uyon ko, Madam Chair, sa gisugyot bali sa atong reporter, maupod sa giingon sasama gyapon kang Konsehal Seno, kang Konsehal George Goking. Pero natukmod ko, dito na ko nga buot na gid nga motindog, musalmot bali sa atong kining hanay. Pagbungat aning kabahin sa pagbalhin sa atong City Hall sa bag-ong nga lugar. Ang ako lang ikadugang nga katong ingon ni Konsehal Goking nga naatay pamaagi nga magtukod niya na, inani na lang pod. Kining ang atong modelo ang Palo Leyte nga dili lang pod ka para sa City Hall, pwede pod nato nga i-appeal ang mga nagkadaiyang mga line agencies sa atong national government nga diin sila mag-abang pod sa maubaling nga gambalay. Mao lang na akong idugang nga unta sa atong pagplano kung naamanggalin tay plano, naamanggalin tay laraw kabahin sa pagbalhin sa atong City Hall. Pwede ba nga dili lang City Hall, kundili ang mga nagkadiyang mga line agencies na tawagon din nato sa national government, tawagon din nato one government plaza. Pwede po dayon nga mag self-liquidating kay mag-abang man ang kaning mga nagkadiyang mga line agencies sa ato sa City Hall. Kana lang. Daghang
Okay,
salamat.
thank you very much, Councilor James Judith. Yeah, actually, it is very practical, no? If you build a structure, make some some points, no, along the way that these other offices can be rented. Kaya for now, kabalo man ta nag-rent ang mga different Court of Appeals is renting sa and the NSO and the rest of the agencies are renting. So siguro income generating po if we construct something that is useful and income generating. Yes, Councilor J. Pascual.
May hapon, Vice, may hapon sa tanan. Happy New Year. Ang ako lang sa advice is naunta if na magganitay plano, dapat na ay commercial area like ang mga banks or Jollibee or McDonald's because pila ka buok ang tao sa City Hall and I think all the banks mag-ilog yun na og space din ha. Kay syempre kumadto ka sa City Hall, mag-transact magyud ka, mogamit kag kwarta. So I think ang mga bangko mag-ilog yun na advice and ang atong mga lain nga mga commercial na mga tindahan.
Thank you very much, Councilor J. That is a very good idea, no? Kadako na ta. Gistoryahan pa kayo na to, dako na ta. Di ba? Rental, agencies, now, pagkaon, bangko. Kasi may dili mo rent, no? And we are generating income. So that is a very good idea. So anymore? No more. So let's proceed. Councilor, a majority floor leader, Councilor Ayan Marknakaya. So we refer this to to 4 agencies, no?
Committees.
Yes. Committees. 4 committees. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Maybe one last remark to add to the discussion, Madam Presiding Officer. While there are manifestations being played and delivered by members of the council, the joint committees that has been introduced by the reporter should not be limited to the manifestations of the members of the council. Let's give leeway to the members of the council who will compose the joint committee, so that we will not be limited to just these
Yes.
discussions that we have
Okay.
presently. So maybe perhaps there are more better suggestions during the committee investigation, and maybe this building would augment to the finding of the cost of the implementation of the new government center. So let's not limit.
Let's
to-
invite all
Let's
the
not
committees because
Yes.
it's about us, all of us. So all committees should participate, okay? All councilors should be participating. That's a good idea. Thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader.
So, as suggested, and may I also propose, Madam Presiding Officer, for Reliari to the proposal, that the Committee on Subdivision and Land Estate, being the reporter of this subject matter, be the chair of the joint committee. If
Okay.
Councilor
So,
Cabanlas would agree.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you are the chair of the
Of the
said
joint committee.
joint committee.
Partner?
Okay.
Okay. Di man pwedeng ato i-refer maglali sa mga chairman na continue yung maglingkod chairperson.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, kaya
Thank
siya
you.
man ang nag
So,
And,
may we now
privilege.
proceed to the
Yes, please.
agenda proper, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you. Omnibus motion for items 1 to 11 for having the same subject matter. Number 1 is proposed resolution number 2023-205, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 8, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2002, covering its okay. Number 2 is proposed resolution number 2023-206, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 24, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 3, proposed resolution number 2023-207, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 31, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 4, proposed resolution number 2023-208, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 36, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 5, proposed resolution number 2023-209, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Agusan, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 6, proposed resolution number 2023-210, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Bugo, the city. It's ordinance number 2. 7, proposed resolution number 2023-211, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Indahag, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 8, proposed resolution number 2023-212, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Makasandig, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 9, proposed resolution number 2023-213, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 11, this city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 10, proposed resolution number 2023-214, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Kauswagan, the city. It's ordinance number 6, series of 2022. And 11, proposed resolution number 2023-215, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Pagatpat, the city. It's ordinance number 2, series of 2022, covering the respective supplemental budgets number 1 for calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes, with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. May we ask the chair to recognize Councilor Yan Lamlim?
Councilor Yan Lamlim, you are recognized.
Vice Mayor Jocelyn Rodriguez. May hapon sa tanan. Presiding officer. I move for omnibus of approval of purpose resolution number 2023-205, purpose resolution number 2023-206, 2023-207, 2023-208, 2023-209, 2023-210, 203-211, 203-212, 203-213, and 2023-214, and 2023-215. Thank you.
Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Omnibus motion, Madam Presiding Officer, for the items 12 to 21. 12, proposed resolution number 2023-216, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 5, this city, its ordinance number 2022-12-3, series of 2022. 13, proposed resolution number 2023-217, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 10, this city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. 14, proposed resolution number 2023-218, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 25, this city, its ordinance number 4, series of 2022. 15, proposed resolution number 2023-219, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 4, this city, its ordinance number 3-2022. 16, proposed resolution number 2023-220, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 16, this city, its ordinance number 4, series of 2022. 17, proposed resolution number 2023-221, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 17, this city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. 18, proposed resolution number 2023-222, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 19, this city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. 19 is the proposed resolution number 2023-223, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 39, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. 20 is proposed resolution number 2023-224, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Dansuleon, the city, its ordinance number 4, series of 2022. And 21, proposed resolution number 2023-225, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Patag, the city, its ordinance number 12-3-2022, series of 2022, covering the respective and supplemental budgets number 2 for calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes, with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. Again, for the recognition of Councilor Rian Lamlim.
Councilor Rian Lamlim, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, I move for the omnibus approval. Everything is in order. I move for the approval of purpose resolution number 2023-216, 2023-217, 2023-218, 2023-219, 2023-220, 2023-221, 2023-222, 2023-224, 2023-225.
Any second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Again, for the omnibus motion for items 22 to 29, Madam Presiding Officer. 22, proposed resolution number 2023-226, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 1, this city, its ordinance number 6, series of 2022. 23, proposed resolution number 2023-227, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 10, this city, its ordinance number 2, series of 2022. 24, proposed resolution number 2023-228, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 12, this city, its ordinance number 1, series of 2022. 25, proposed resolution number 2023-226, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 16, the city, its ordinance number 32-2022. 26, proposed resolution number 2023-230, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Bayanga, the city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. 27, proposed resolution number 2023-231, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Canituan, the city, its ordinance number 2022, series of 2022. 28, proposed resolution number 2023-232, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Lumbia, the city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. And 29, proposed resolution number 2023-233, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 36, this city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022, covering the respective annual budgets for calendar year 2023 with estimated incomes, with information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. Again, for the recognition of Councilor Yan Lamling.
Councilor Yan Lamlim, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, everything is in order. I move for omnibus approval of purpose resolution number 2023-226, 2023-227, 2023-228, 2023-229, 2023-230, 2023-231, 2023-232, 2023-233.
Second.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 30 is proposed resolution number 2023-234, adopting and or supporting the Cagayan de Oro City Police Officers Program entitled Revitalize PNP Kasimbayanan, Kapulisan, Simbahan at Pamayanan, a community mobilization program highlighting the synergized and collaborative partnership of the PNP and in the general public. Okay. I guess there's a misspelt of the name of the chairman. We ask the chair to recognize Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I thought I was already this last of my position.
So, error.
But I know that's only a clerical error.
Yeah. Okay. Councilor.
Anyway, there's a sudden shift in the police concept on law enforcement, and we should support this concept, Madam Chair. So I move for the approval of this resolution.
Yes, second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection.
May we ask the secretary to kindly make the necessary correction.
Okay.
Number-
Nawala na ko.
Councilor James Judith? Sakto ang ngalan. Okay. 31.
May bawa pa ko naman.
The color of the year. The color, you have
Diba?
not mentioned the color of
The
the year.
color of the year is magenta. Like Councilor Tindog na good.
Kindly stand up.
Tindog na good. Oh, pero wag yun siya ni taas. Maura gid gyapon yang height. Mo na yung magenta. Anyway, na ta.
It's not pink.
It's not pink, it's magenta. Call of the year. So where are we now?
We are on the 31, Madam Presiding Officer. 31 is proposed resolution number 2023-235, calling for the accreditation of all civil society organizations, CSOs, people's organizations in the city of Cagayan de Oro for purposes of its membership in the Committee on People's Organization in the City Development Council, CDC, pursuant to Ordinance number 14334-2022. May we move for the approval of this proposed resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 32 is proposed ordinance number 2023-89, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Oy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Xavier Ateneo de Cagayan University, represented by its president, Father Mars P. Tan, SJ, covering the clinical exposure training of ex-use medical students at the J.R. Borja General Hospital, the city, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May we ask the chair to recognize Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani.
Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mayng hapon kanatong tanan. I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2023-89.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 33 is proposed ordinance number 2023-19, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Oy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement, MOA, with the Center for Health Development Northern Mindanao, CHD-NM, represented by its Director 4, Dr. Jose R. Lacona, Jr., MD, MPH, CISO 3, covering the implementation of the Health Emergency Allowance, HEA, of healthcare workers of the J.R. Borja General Hospital, the city, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein, again for the recognition of Councilor Maria Lourdes S. Gaani.
Councilor Maria Lourdes S. Gaani, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I
Ang
move
atong
for
news
the
sa konseho.
approval of proposed ordinance number 2023-90.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 34 is proposed ordinance number 2023-91, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro as DONI, to enter into and sign the deed of donation and acceptance, DODA, with the Department of Health as donor, represented by its Director 4, Dr. Jose R. Liacona, Jr., MD, MPH, CISO 3, covering one unit land ambulance, including equipment amounting to 1,957,000 pesos under the terms and conditions stipulated again. For the recognition of Councilor, no, not again, but for the recognition of the Vice Chair of the Committee on Health, Councilor Joylene Mercedes L. Balaba.
Councilor Joylene Balaba, you're recognized. The lady in red. Happy New Year.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Chinese.
Advance.
Advance. Good afternoon, Madam Chair. I move for the approval of ordinance number 2023-91.
And a second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
We only have 2 items for inclusion, Madam Presiding Officer. So move for the inclusions of items 35 and 36.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
The impending proposal number 35, proposed ordinance number 2022-92, amending section 2, C2 of ordinance number 14385, that's 2022, otherwise known as the Tax Relief Ordinance of 2022, so as to add after the first sentence thereof the provision, all corresponding accrued penalties, interest, and surcharge shall be waived upon payment of the 30% tax, to read as follows under section 2. May I move for the approval of the said item, Madam Presiding Officer?
I'd like, Majority Floor Leader, I would like to have this expounded because as we have already what was released before, if I'm not wrong, nga condemnation, the surcharges, the penalties, everything will be taken out. So, unsa man gyud ni ang mahitabo ani with payment of 30% sa
Yes.
ay hadayon tangdangon
Yes.
ang mga surges. So
Correct.
meaning if you pay the 30%, so what happens now?
There should
Ay
be,
patangtangon tong remaining 70%? Ay pa matangtang ang ilang mga penalties? May I also call the ways that, if you don't mind, Councilor Majority Floor Leader, if I would like to listen from the Ways and Means, Councilor George Goking, kay mura bitawg I want an explanation ngano ingon ani
Madam Chair,
And of course, Councilor Alam Lim, also the author, one of the
in
authors.
respect to the two proponents, Councilor Alam Lim and Councilor Ayan Nakaya, ang ako lang, I'm just curious about this kay we already started collecting taxes katong January 3. Kung nai-amendment karon, unsa man ni siya, mag-retro retroact. So I'm not very, I'm just confused about this amendment, Madam Chair. So as we have the two proponents here.
Okay. So let us listen. Majority Floor Leader, please.
May we answer, Madam Presiding Officer?
Okay.
Thank you for the question and clarification. First, the question of the presiding officer. The last notice of payment should be given value for purposes of computation, and the
Computation.
30% of which should be paid in goodwill by the clientele or the taxpayers. Otherwise, if they will not pay the 30%, they would not be given the opportunity to be waived for the 70% remaining.
So meaning, bayaran niya po nila ang penalties within the 30%.
Only
no?
the 30%.
Like for
Madam
example,
President.
1 million, okay? If you pay
300.
30% is 300,000. The 300,000 includes already the surcharges. Kaya ba niyo magitangtang?
Yes.
So nabayad pa ka.
When we say
The
penalties and
penalties,
surcharges, effectively, the year that was enacted that promotes the condonation was 2022. In other
Yes,
words,
the
the current year then was 2022. So you have to pay what the last notice of delinquency.
The
And,
last notice
yes,
of the
that
delinquency.
is the point of reference.
Okay.
Because every year, even for some, quarterly, the city government through the city treasurer issues notice of payment on the tax notice.
Yeah.
And the last notice should be given the value for computation, and you should pay 30%.
So that already includes,
And the
include
surcharge is the prior years. That's
yeah,
2021
22.
prior.
Prior ato.
Yes.
So meaning, katong atong naaprubahan before with condonation, nagitangtang na gito siya, then if they have to pay the 30% now,
No. It was not implemented, Madam Presiding
wala
Officer,
pa.
on the basis that the real intention of the city mayor is there should be an equity of the clientele or the taxpayer. While we give all-out support to the
So bayad sa sila
businessmen, they should
30%.
contribute to the development
So meaning, ang
of the city.
30% is
The
still
30%.
with the penalties pa and delinquencies.
Yes.
And then when they're done with the 30%, the 700,000, buta na to 700,000, tangtango na dito ang mga penalties. Is that what
It would be removed from the record
from the
because
record?
we condoned it already.
So, ang ilang bayaran is naglibog ko.
The 30%.
Yes? Basig kachit lang, Councilor Ayan
Okay,
Marcacaya.
okay.
Councilor Attorney James Judith. James Joey Abu.
Good afternoon again, Madam Chair. I think in my understanding with the amendment, it states there that the 30% bayaran ni mo siya. But
Na.
in my understanding, it only involves the principal amount. If you pay the 30% of the entire principal amount due, then the delinquencies, the surcharges, penalties shall then be removed. For example, in the example given a while ago, kung 1 million ang entire delinquency, tax delinquency, bayaran nimo ang 300,000. Ang interest o surcharges na pananglitan is 50,000. Kung bayaran nimo 300,000, ma-waive tong 50.
You have to pay the 30%.
Yes.
Sa 30%.
That 300,000 does not include the
The
penalties and the surcharges yet.
So, meaning...
It is only the 30% of the entire principal
Principal.
amount due.
Okay. So, I want this clear now because everybody's listening to us, of course, ang businesses. So, it is very clear that the 30% is the principal itself. Am I right, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya? And Councilor Alam Lim?
Madam Presiding Officer, I was only referring to the certificate of delinquency. I cannot say that I agree totally to the explanation of Councilor Joey Abu because under the provisions of the ordinance that we have enacted in 2022 and the same amendatory ordinance, again, the taxpayer shall attach the notice of assessment together with the certificate of delinquency in availing the amnesty and relief. In other words, I would like to base what is written and the content of the certificate of delinquency. So I cannot answer whether or not to include the entire penalty surcharges, which is may be found or may not be found in the certificate of delinquency.
Okay. Again, Councilor Attorney
Yes, that's also
Joey Abu.
possible, Madam Chair. But I'm only referring with the proposed amendment provision, the Section 2, Paragraph C, Subparagraph 2, which states that persons and corporations with pending tax cases through the examination of books of accounts shall pay the equivalent of 30% of the total tax delinquency as appearing in the notice of delinquency. The tax delinquency does not involve the surcharges and penalties. Precisely, this second sentence is added that if you pay the 30% of the entire total tax delinquency, all corresponding accrued penalties, interest, and surcharges shall then be waived upon payment of the 30% tax.
So, mubayad sa ka.
30% of the
lang.
principal amount. If you pay
Of
the
the
30% of the
principal
principal
amount.
amount, then
30%
the
of the
surcharges shall
principal
then be
amount.
waived.
Then, ay hada yun, ma-waive ang imong surcharges o delinquencies. So, it is clear. Very clear? Ka-interviewon niya ko, be. Hindi ko kay balo. Am I right, Councilor Alam Lim? So, 30%, pay the 30% of the principal. Then, upon payment of the principal, all the penalties and surcharges, delinquencies, will be taken out. Am I clear? Councilor?
Ed Cabanlas would like to be
Edgar
recognized.
Cabanlas, please, you recognize?
If the 30% is applied to the surcharges and interest, then it would become not an there is no effect of the law. So it must apply to the principal.
Principal, gyud.
I think the 30% to be paid on the principal is
Then
for the
wait.
purpose of making sure that you will pay the principal all in all.
Okay.
And that's the
So-
time that you can avail of the
Condonation.
condonation.
Okay.
So in the computation of the 30%, exclude the principal, exclude the
Only the
surcharges.
principal.
You pay the principal. And once you have the receipt that you have paid the principal 30%,
then
tangtang. Surcharges, tangtang na tanan.
Okay.
Kaya kung ilaki mo sa 30% ang surcharges, it becomes irrelevant.
Okay.
Ineffective. Nothing. Wala. Sure lang ka ba kung ilaki mo sa 30%? Batain mo.
Lagi.
Wala epekto ang atong
So we
ordinance.
are
talk only
now
of the principal.
Yes.
To
So
make
we
it-
are now paying the principal muna para maka-avail ka sa condonation.
Ayaw ilakip ang 30% sa interest and surcharges kay wala na meaning.
Okay. So
It
klaro
becomes
ha?
meaningless.
Klaro na, Councilor Alam Lim? Is that clear? Also, Councilor Ayan Mark?
If that is the case, because we are presuming that the certificate of delinquency only covers the principal, and I guess that is the understanding of many of the members of the council, and that should be written under this ordinance. So I move for the styling, perhaps, because if it is a prior year, Madam Presiding Officer, when you read a delinquency notice, there are surcharges and penalties. In other words, that's included.
So
Then
you
we're
have-
talking about prior years. It's not an imagination because I have read also a notice imposed upon me as a taxpayer who failed to pay on time. And when I read the notice, there are surcharges and penalties that I have received. That is why I am dependent on the definition of the now pending proposal, which is the certificate of delinquency. Otherwise, if we modify the definition of certificate of delinquency, exclude the surcharges and interest,
Only the principal.
only the principal,
30%.
I agree, but it should be written
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that it would be modified according to the whims of the council.
Okay. Thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Magtakaya. Yes, Councilor Joey Abu?
Then, if that should be the case, Madam Chair, then instead of just placing here, shall pay the equivalent of 30% of the total tax delinquency as per appearing in the notice of delinquency, perhaps you can add there the total tax delinquency of the principal amount. Principal tax due.
Tax due.
Yes.
Oo.
Yeah. So that they
Again,
will
again,
not
again.
create confusion.
Again, please.
Instead of persons, corporations with pending tax cases through the examination of books of accounts shall pay the equivalent of 30% of the total tax delinquency. Butangan lang yan mo siya of the total principal tax due. Subject to styling na lang na siya.
That would clarify things.
So that there will
Mas
be no
klaro.
confusion. That dili
Yes.
ma-appeal ang sa total tax delinquency ang surcharges ug penalties. Principal lang yun siya.
Principal
ma-appeal.
lang yun siya. 30%, that will encourage our mga mubayad. Nga 30% bayad sa mo. Denayan na to ang tangon.
Okay.
That should be the case, di ba?
So, that
Kay encouraging them to pay the 30%.
That would form part in the parentheses, Mr. Secretary. Okay. And to the question of Councilor Kuya George Guking, Madam Presiding Officer,
Yes.
under the ordinance that we have passed in the previous year, we have given 4 months, clerks, right? How many months? And we have given them 4 months to settle, right? So in other words, from October, November, December, January, February. So we still have 2 months for the business men to file their application before the city mayor and the city treasurer. So it's not yet over.
Okay.
It's not yet over. It's still implementable.
So it is still, we are also included the real property tax.
Unless Councilor Goking is proposing
No, wala,
to
wala
extend
labot.
the
Business
4
lang yun
months
ni.
to 6 months.
Only the business. Di, kaya namay, ang real property tax naman
Business
kaya po
tax
yung
ni,
mga...
Business tax ni siya.
Yeah, kaya ang real property is we have also
Councilor
penalties.
Goking is proposing, Madam Presiding Officer, to extend the 4 months to 6 months.
Okay.
Is that
So,
correct?
so meaning that will be due when?
February, that's the 4th month, March, April.
Okay.
Since we failed to implement this,
Yeah.
we will extend to
Okay.
April. So
Okay.
additional 2 months.
Okay.
Okay.
So, until April.
Until
Okay,
April.
that's good.
Move for the amendment, Madam Presiding Officer, to conform with the wishes of the majority as regards the principal tax due and to extend the implementation of this condonation from 4 months to 6 months.
Okay, so any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection? Yes?
Napa? Okay.
Okay, Councilor Attorney James Judith?
Ako laning klarohon sa Section 2C sa paragraph 1 o kanidayang sa Section 2C sa paragraph 2 kay ang sa subparagraph 1 gibutang dinhi 50% ang iyang bayaran sa magretiro na or magsira sa ilang negosyo.
That is not the pending proposal, Madam President.
That is a different
Only the
one.
city.
Yeah, we are
sa paragraph
referring to
Underlying
two.
sentence.
Sa paragraph 2. Okay.
sa 2.
Only
Yeah.
two.
Lahi na
Only
siya.
two.
That is
Alright.
closure, retirement of the businesses. Okay, let's proceed.
Number 36 is proposed resolution number 2022-197, earnestly requesting the Honorable Acting Presiding Judge Ana Candida N. Casino of Branch 24 Regional Trial Court of Misamis Oriental 10th Judicial Region, the city, to hold in abeyance the implementation of the writ of demolition in civil case number CV 2012-288-R, entitled Ears of Felicidad V. Luna, Plaintiff versus Agripino Aquino et al., defendants for recovery of possession with damages at Banaba Street, Zone 5, Ilaya Carmen, the city, for a period of 3 months to enable the city government of Cagayan de Oro through the City Housing and Urban Development Department to conduct socio-economic survey of the affected residents thereof and to identify a suitable relocation area for them. Proponent, City Vice Mayor Jocelyn B. Rodriguez and Councilor Ed Cabanlas. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you recognize.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Majority Floor. The people affected are subject now of writ of demolition in Banaba Carmen. Madam Chair, so we are requesting the court and also the sheriff to extend the demolition, to hold in abeyance the demolition for 3 months.
3 months.
We have to have a fixed period, because we cannot ask for an indefinite period. We might be violating the separation of the judiciary and the legislative department. So once the 3 months period arrives, then we will request another extension if that will be granted. That will depend on the discretion of the court.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Second.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other pending motion, pending proposal, Madam Chair, move for the adjournment.
Session adjourned. Wala sa tayo snacks room. Kay nanambok mo ta. Ha? Oh, atong barong nga, next session, Monday, barong na gyud. A girl and female and male should wear barong para uniform ang pagkuha sa video. Thank you very much. Ay, ningil mo. Sa'yo pa kayo mo na ningil. Ato nang tunan. Kay murag na atay makuhaan siya, ana. Okay, thank you.